Let's take a look at the use of layers in gCADPlus landscape drawings. If you click File and New, and if we say No Template, and then if we look at the Layers command and click here, you see here's the Layers Properties Manager. There are no layers at all in this brand new design. So let's cancel from there and we'll close there and come back to where we were, but I'm now looking at one of the designs. If on the other hand we say new file and we take the default drawing, that's a standard environment that we have set up for you, and we go OK and do the same, we'll go to the layers, and here we have a number of preset layers. There's and all of them begin with LDIM. That's a convention that most drafters will use. So all the dimensions go on a layer LDIM. This is a simple set, and hardscape and image, if you're bringing in any images, you might want to do irrigation design. The plant construction layer is important, and we've plenty of little movies showing you how you might use that. You might like to use a shadow layer and put shadows on some of the taller trees, and there's a plant symbol layer. So they're preset, but notice that there's nothing on them. And if we click on LDIM, you can see there are no objects at all. So the drawing is blank. To create a new layer, it's just a matter of clicking up here. A new layer will be called layer 1. Click another one and we get layer 2 and so on. They're all set, apart from the shadow layer, they're all set to draw in the foreground color. So if I'm on layer 2 here, the current layer is layer 0. If I wanted to draw on layer 2, I'd click there, and I could, if I wish, set the color of it. So we could say this, whatever we draw on this layer, will be that green color. So we're now set. If we go OK, and let's draw a circle, and we stretch out there's a circle. By default, we are viewing the drawing on a black background. If you wanted to see what the symbol might look like when printed, you could do that, and we could select it and fill it and even give it a border and change its border to a darker color. And then I'll unselect all. So there's our symbol. Now if we come back to here, we now have one object on that particular layer. We've been asked, for the sake of argument, to demonstrate how you might change the layer. Let's imagine we want to call these small shrubs. Change that layer. You double click in that little box there. Let's call it L dash. It's just a convention, but if you have L dash and you use layers names that start with L and you bring in some civil or irrigation designs, they can be separated easily. So we are changing that name of that layer. Let's change, just call it test. Now the important thing here to change the name is you type it out and then hit the enter key. Again, I'm using uppercase, but you could simply use a mixture, of course. So in order to set that name, I have to hit the enter key. And now one object is on it, and by hitting it, it burns in. If I call this one L test 3, and then I click away, Can you see nothing happening? The layer's name is not set. So it's a matter of getting in the habit of doing that. So let's close this drawing and that symbol. It's of no particular interest. There's a lot more you can do with layers, of course, but at the moment I don't think we need worry about it. Our user just wants to know how layers are handled. Well, the answer is they're handled differently by every designer. If I click on window here and I tile these vertically, we're looking here at two different drawings. The one on the left has a whole series of layers. Most of them are in mixtures of name, edge, hatching, and so on. The ones we've added are in capital letters, and we can turn layers on or off here. We can stop them from printing. There's one called def points there, which is stopped, and it's got two objects on it. So their line types can be set, line weights can be set. So it's not surprising to me that we've had a query on how people use layers. Let's come across to the other side, to the other example, and it's got a much smaller set, and one layer is currently turned off. We could lock the layer. People use that tool when you're drafting in a crowded area, if you don't want objects on another layer moved by mistake. So here's one called Notes 2 in this one. So clearly if I let me stop from there and give this one a focus by closing that one and maximizing this one. And we'll come back here. If I say let's turn off in this one the labels, nothing appears to happen. The reason is that it's a different layer. That was on layer Notes 2. Now all of the labels go. So people use quite a mixture. Notes 2 is an unusual name, I think. Let's click in there. There, I get a little warning there. I want one called L Notes now. And I'm in the habit of coming back here to layer 0. And let's turn on the notes layer now, and back it comes. So I hope you can see that you just have to practice using layers. You use them and set them up however you want to set them up, and you just take it from there. So I hope that helps just a little.